Hey everyone, Richard Payne from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at eXp Realty, and I want to give you a quick snapshot analysis of the stats for March that we're looking at, given that we're 2 days away from the end of March and we'll do the big video looking at everything. But I wanted to show you on the screen some of the key stats that I'm looking at right now. And the first one is this number down here. So this is really where we are sitting with the number of conditional accepted houses. So only when they've had an offer accepted do they show up on this particular number. And you can see that we're sitting there with 214 homes as at the end of Sunday that actually have conditional accepted offers and are still conditional. But the key thing I want to look at here is if you look at this week going back about 2 weeks, you'll see that we're looking at 22 to 23 homes going conditional a week. And then all of a sudden we look at last week starting March the 23rd, and you can see that basically we dropped down to not many homes actually going conditional, and even ones dropping out of being conditional. So in other words, offers got terminated on those properties. And that's, I'm pretty sure, down to the fact that financing for a lot of people has changed. And that's a really unfortunate sign, because obviously it's coronavirus that's actually affecting people's job situations, being laid off. But that's what's happening there. So all of those houses came back on the market. Next number we're tracking is the number of new listings, and that's sitting at 564 homes listed, which in this environment is a really good number. So that's showing a lot of strong positivity. Then we've got 1349 homes that are active. 46 homes actually withdrew from the market, so that means they took themselves off of active and off being available for sale. And then we have the firm and conditional date of March. So this is everybody who's not only sold, because don't forget, sold won't show up as being conditional accepted anymore. They are sold, done. And then also we've got the other conditionals in there as well. So you look at 591, we've got 1350 homes for sale. That gives us a number of 2.2 months of inventory. And we were at 3 months in February before coronavirus and everything hit us. So that's brilliant for our month so far. Now, I think what we're seeing is not a lot of extra houses were listed as we would normally see in March. So I think this number of 1349 is definitely suppressed. That would normally have been a lot higher in March because it's the start of the spring market. We list a lot more homes. So I think that's showing a lot of the 2.2 months of inventory. So that's obviously affecting it. But what I think we'll also see, and this is where we kind of get into the like, should we still be looking at buying, is yes, you should. If you still have that ability to actually finance the house and satisfy that condition, everything else that we've got in the process is all done and virtual. So yes, the home inspectors still working, the video inspectors for the septic, the water quality people, they're still there. Yes, we have to do obviously social distancing, and you kind of have to let the inspector kind of just do his thing in the house and then kind of afterwards give you a little breakdown as well as the full report, and we do video conferencing over that, as well as the lawyers, they're doing exactly the same thing. So if you still have that ability to finance, I would say do it, because what's going to happen is at the end of April into May, we're going to see a bit of a rush from the buyers who have hit the pause button and have decided to just see how this whole thing pans out, to then actually taking that pause button off and really going for it. And that's what we're going to see happen. We'll also see more listings come on. So I think there's going to be a rush of activity and a lot of competition in the end of, let's say, week 3, week 4 of April and onwards into May, as everything gets a little bit more back to some semblance of what will be a new normality. So that's the advice. And now stay tuned for the big video coming up later on this week. But we just wanted to give you the heads up on what's really going on right now today so that you can be aware of everything that's happening. Any questions, reach out to me.